you've been tasked with hunting down bandits, right? Meanwhile, my class is stuck with a downright peaceful mission. Sounds like you'll be fighting alongside the knights, too. Don't let the monastery down, Teach.
Alright.
We have only just arrived at the academy, and we're already being sent out to take care of bandits. It is a noble mission, but one that will likely require battle. In practice, there is little difference between a battle and a war. Even with the support of the Knights of Seros, we must still brace ourselves for the challenge. Do you have any other questions about life at the monastery? Or about battle?
Well, I have to select these so that we can get through the tutorial, but I'm gonna skip them because he's basically just explaining the mechanics to us, and I've already played this game like 3 dozen times.
Just as students, if you're interested.
Blah.
A student's house, that's if you get to know.
Done. As you can see, I put all of my class's characters into summer outfits, and everybody else is still in their normal outfits. So that helps me quickly identify which characters I still need to recruit. And we're actually going to redo that right now. Just so that the Ashen Wolves are also in their summer outfits.
Let's see.
It is better if you do not approach me. If you spend too much time around a man of Dusker, there will be rumors.
We will find out what's up with that. It's actually a big point for the Blue Lions, because the reason for that mistrust is an event that affected almost every single Blue Lion in some way, and sometimes quite dramatically. Which is one of the things I really like about that class.
For years, the Boar Prince and I were inseparable. I know him better than almost anyone else. So let me give you some advice. Beneath all that princely polish, he's an animal, nothing more. He's strong and skilled, sure, but don't place your trust in him as a human being. Take care he doesn't chew you up and spit you out.
Now, you might think this is exaggerated when you first hear it, but there is actually a good reason for Felix saying that. That said, he is oversimplifying things a lot.
Felix Sylvain and I have known each other since we were children. His Highness as well. Though I should warn you that both Felix and Sylvain are a bit challenging at times. The moment I take my eyes off them, they're off causing all kinds of trouble. It's always been that way.
Poor Ingrid, she's just like, can my friends stop being idiots for like 5 minutes? Thanks.
Hey there, Professor. You here to check in on my training? Oh, that reminds me. I found this small cloth. It's kind of weird. Not really sure what it is, but it works great for wiping up sweat.
That cloth, we are going to find out what that is in just a little bit.
The next assignment is to drive out bandits? Sounds like some training is in order. Tell me something, Professor. When it comes to a one-on-one battle, which is better, strength or skill?
Now, personally, I would say skill, but we are trying to recruit these people, which means we're going to need their affection to be as high as possible. So even if I personally disagree with the choice, I'm going to choose whatever makes them happy, which in this case is strength.
I knew it! When it's all said and done, muscle always comes out on top.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and we can actually do that right now. We can try to recruit them, because these two in particular are going to be unrecruitable for quite a while for me.
Hey there, oh, not really.
If you try to recruit them and you don't have the required skills or stats, this is what happens.
Hey, Professor. Here to cause some trouble? No? Well, whatever then.
Yeah, so it will basically give you a rough idea of what you want, of what they want. For Casper, for example, he wants strength and brawling, and I would actually have to look up how much of it he wants. I do have a file where I keep track of all of that. I do love my guides and my spreadsheets, so, you know. But basically, if you don't have any support level with them, they will want that exact stat, and if you have support with them, you can lower the stat requirement. So Casper, for example, wants a 10 points in strength or more, and brawling rank C. Now, if we go to Byleth's stats, she already has more than 10 strength, so that's not a problem. But we have brawling skill at E+, which means he is not interested in us at all. We are definitely going to need to upgrade our brawling skill if we want to recruit him, especially because Casper's B support is locked until after the time skip. So the most we can get with him is a C+ support, which means he will be downgrading that to, let's see, no, sorry, not, let's see, if we have a C+ support, so that would be a D+. That is the most we can get. So we're going to need a D+ in brawling in order to recruit him, because otherwise he's just not going to let us. And we are going to learn brawling from my favorite brawling teacher in the monastery, which is Rhea.
Professor.
Yes, the Pope can throw down. The Archbishop is ready to rumble. And hey, it will also give us bonus points with Rhea, so that's good.
Hey there.
Hello, Floroy. Well, Iblari, there are black and LGBT characters in the game, well, at least characters of color, I should say. Claude is half Almiran, so he's mixed race. Then you have the Dew, who's probably the darkest skinned character in the game, and most people from Dusker, as a matter of fact, are like dark skinned characters. You've got Petra, who's a shade darker than most of the other cast. For LGBT characters, there are multiple characters who are actually canonically at least bisexual. I don't think there's any character that is explicitly only lesbian or only gay, because pretty much every character that can romance the same gender can also romance the other gender. And for Linhardt, honestly, some people, like a lot of people, like to ship him with Casper, but honestly, to me, he always reads as asexual, so a lot of it is hampered by the fact that they want people to basically be able to play out the romances with Byleth, so anyway, I feel homesick. I want to have some fun in the city. Oh, guys, you're at a school. You're at a boarding school. What were you expecting? Alright. Do we have anybody in here? I should probably not close this map, but make it smaller so I can actually see where I am. Nothing of note in here.
It's thanks to my adoptive father, Lenato, that a commoner like me is here at the Academy. He is the very model of chivalry. Someday, I'm going to be just like him.
Oh dear, Ash. This is actually foreshadowing. We're gonna come back to that in the next chapter. And it's not gonna be pretty.
I've heard your class is hunting thieves. That mission is very different from the one we were given.
Well, it's a good thing I don't care about your mission, Gilbert.
You're quite powerful to have beaten us in the mock battle. Such a shame you aren't leading our class.
And hello, Malguardian. Yeah, I am not sorry that I'm not leading your class, Edelgard. Not at all.
Let's see. That person sure does remind me of somebody, but I can't figure out who. Oh, do you need me for something? Sorry, but I'm really busy right now.
You are always busy, Cyril. We know. Alright, let's see. Got nothing over here yet. No. I'm always in the habit of just going into every single corner because of the lost items, which I don't think are available just yet.
Thank you for paying me a visit. Is there anything troubling you? Or is there
Perhaps something I can help you with?
This is one of the most hilarious dialogues in the entire game. She's like, is there anything I can help you with? I am asking her about the teaching of Cyrus. Spoiler alert! For those who haven't already put 1 and 2 together with the intro cutscenes, Rhea is Cyrus. So I'm asking her about her teachings.
Believers live their lives by her sacred wisdom. Please use the library's vast resources to learn more. I can often be found here, so if there is ever anything you need, please do not hesitate to pay me a visit.
Rhea, I am asking you about your own teachings and you're telling me to go to the library? What the fuck? Like, I love you, girl, but... What? If I wanted to read about Cyrus in the library, I would read about Cyrus in the library. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure we did that on the last stream. This dialogue always gets me.
Xanadu, the Red Canyon, is a place of great significance to the Church of Saros. Even members of the church are forbidden from entering without permission. To go trampling around in there, causing trouble. Those bandits truly are morally reprehensible.
Yeah, Malgadian, she's basically like, read the fucking manual.
What?
It's just so hilarious. Okay, here we've got the tactics primer that Gerald wanted us to get. I chose some knights to help you out. They'll be deployed in your next real battle. I'm sure you'll be able to make good use of them. Okay. So now we actually have access to battalions. Battalions are what you can use to raise authority in battle. We are going to definitely need that for we're definitely going to need that for Byleth, and we're going to need it for Dimitri. And the reason why I'm giving Dimitri Gerald's mercenaries is because they give extra crit chance, which is exactly what we want on Dimitri. And who else gets one? Who else? Oh, Ingrid is going to have to go into a flying class, and flying classes require more authority than footlock classes or cavalry classes, so she's getting the other one. Okay. And remember, we do actually still have 2 battalions that, first of all, they are so high we can't even assign them. Secondly, they are from the main run upon which this New Game Plus run is based, so I don't want to use them. So we're actually going to sell these as soon as we can. Which should be in this chapter, I believe. We should be able to unlock the battalion guild here. There's some hair in the device, okay.
Excellent work guiding the students in the mock battle. Taking command like that? Simply splendid. And bearing the unknown crest's power? Yes, I'm talking about you. Your talents are incredible. And Lady Rhea's insight as to your potential is doubly so.
She didn't require much insight, but we'll get to that in Chapter 9 and Chapter 10. Alright, let's go. Oh, Ignatz is over there. Okay, we'll talk to him in just a moment. These are the teachings of Cyrus, which we already read.
Swimming through a sea of countless books, tracking down that single sought-after volume, it's absolute bliss. How do the poor fools who spend their days sharpening swords and polishing armor find any joy in life?
So we cannot recruit Linhard either. He's going to require reason, which is also something that I was not planning to teach Byleth, so that's going to be fun. We're going to not go through all of these books, just like 1 or 2 of them. So, Register of Kingdom Nobles for the Noble Houses of Fargus. House Blythed, based on the elite Blythed, has ruled the kingdom for over 400 years, ever since Luke, the King of Lions, claimed victory in the War of the Eagle of the Lion in 751. So yeah, basically a lot of people like to say, oh, the church split up Adrestia and Fargus, but no. Luke had already won that battle when the church said, okay, we're gonna crown you. They just came in after it was already done. So yeah, they reside in Ferdiat, and King Lambert, Dimitri's father, is dead. And his brother, Dimitri's uncle, Grand Duke Rufus, assumed the burden of ruling the kingdom. He is a shit ruler, and oh, thanks for following, Floroy. He's a shit ruler, and there is some debate going on in Three Houses about whether there's a rumor that he might have been involved with the tragedy that actually got King Lambert killed. In hopes they actually, I think they say that he was actually involved. It's actually confirmed. But in Three Houses proper, it's never confirmed, so make of that what you will. The only thing we learn of him in Three Houses is that he's a very bad ruler and basically just a skirt chaser. Now, Thrall Darius has been friends with House Blythe since the days of Luke, since they gained independence from the Empire. And yeah. Then we have House Gautier, which is in the northernmost part, and has been in border conflicts with the region of Sreng for over 200 years. So, yeah, King Lambert coming in there and putting his foot down and annexing part of the land was not like just a out-of-the-blue war of invasion. That was the result of border conflicts that had been stretching back for 200 years. Karen is where Catherine comes from, whom we are going to meet very soon. And yeah, they were charged with negotiating in the War of the Eagle and the Lion, because they are kind of a border house. Then we have House Galatea, that is Ingrid's house. They are dirt poor because their lands are just not very good for agriculture. And they are actually an offshoot of an alliance branch, Daphnel. Roe is where Yuri was adopted, to Count Roe. We are also going to meet Count Roe later. And yes, they hold the fortress city of Aryan Road, which is like one of the two big fortress cities in Fodlan. Aryan Road and Mercius. Mercius is in the Empire. Aryan Road is in Fargus. Used to belong to the Empire, and then Roe basically said, nope, we're going to Fargus and we're taking the city with us. Goodbye. And then we have House Kleiman. These fucking weasels is really all I can say. These guys originally had like just a tiny little lordship, and then after Dusker, which we will get to, they basically just assumed all of Dusker, and they were actually actively involved in the assassination. So yeah, Kleiman is... I really wish we could punch Count Kleiman in the face in this game. Unfortunately, we never get to.
I'm so glad to be a student here, if only because I get to use this library. Reading books from all the regions of Fodlan, I feel almost like I'm visiting those places myself.
I want to say you should visit them in person, because I'm very much a person who likes to travel, but I know he prefers this answer, so we're going with this.
I agree. They're brimming with the knowledge and experience of our ancestors.
So he wants Dexterity 10 plus and Authority B. We already have the Dex, and Authority should come fairly quickly because Byleth is strong in Authority, so we'll probably be able to recruit Ignatz fairly quickly. Even for Authority rank B might sound like a lot, but like I said, Byleth is strong in Authority, she's force deployed in practically every battle, so we're going to get there very quickly. And there's nothing here. Alright, so we're going back downstairs.
Hey, you.
I'm not actually sure if there's anybody else that we can recruit right now outside of the Ashen Wolves, which we already did. So... because we are still very early in the game.